There are painful truths about existence that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. These are truths that, once acknowledged, burn away the comfortable illusions you have constructed around your identity. You have likely convinced yourself that hard work inevitably leads to reward, that humanity is fundamentally altruistic, or that life is a chaotic game of luck. These beliefs, while comforting, are the very chains that keep you trapped in a cycle of disappointment, mediocrity, and self-deception. The reality of the world is harsher than the narratives we are fed. And it is exactly this harshness that the Stoics embraced. They did not sugarcoat existence. They stared directly into the nature of the human animal, the lies we tell ourselves, and the tyranny of unchecked emotion. Stoicism is not about suppressing feelings, but about seeing through the games people play and the masks they wear. Once you internalize these ruthless lessons, you will see through the manipulation and the fog that clouds the minds of the masses. You will become dangerously smart, not in terms of IQ, but in wisdom and clarity. Are you prepared to wake up, to finally face reality without flinching? If you are ready to abandon comforting lies and embrace the cold, liberating air of truth, then you are ready for the path of the philosopher. This is a commitment to your own evolution, a vow to seek strength in the face of the world as it truly is. Lesson 1. People are driven by emotions, not logic. We flatter ourselves by believing we are rational creatures, operating on logic and careful deliberation. We like to think our decisions, who we marry, what we buy, how we argue, are the results of a calculated process. But the ruthless truth is that we are biological machines driven primarily by emotion. Logic is often just the tool we use afterwards to justify the decisions our emotions have already made. Emotions are ancient, powerful forces that color our perception of reality before our rational mind even wakes up. How often have you snapped in anger, bought something on impulse, or fallen into a depressive spiral based on a fleeting thought? That is the emotional mind in the driver's seat. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, understood this danger intimately. He ruled the known world, yet he constantly had to remind himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus understood that while we cannot stop the initial flash of an emotion, the spark of anger, the pang of fear, we have absolute control over whether we grant that emotion permission to rule us. This is the discipline of assent. The vast majority of people you meet lack this discipline. They are slaves to their impulses. If they feel insulted, they attack. If they feel desire, they consume. They are predictable, easily manipulated, and constantly reactive. To be dangerously smart, you must develop the Stoic pause. This is the sacred space between the stimulus and your response. In that pause, you engage your reason. You ask, is this emotion useful? Is it based on truth or just my perception? By mastering this, you stop being a puppet of your chemistry. You gain the ability to navigate social situations with the precision of a surgeon. When others are screaming because their egos are bruised, you remain calm, seeing the situation for what it is. You realize they aren't fighting you. They are fighting their own internal storms. This insight doesn't just give you peace, it gives you power. Lesson 2. Everyone acts in their own self-interest. There is a naive hope that many of us cling to. The belief that people will act out of pure benevolence, that they will put your needs above their own simply because it is right. When this expectation is inevitably shattered, when a friend betrays a confidence to gain status, or a colleague takes credit for your work, we feel shocked and hurt. But this shock is a result of ignoring a fundamental law of human nature. Everyone acts in their own self-interest. This is not a cynical condemnation of humanity. It is a biological reality. Every organism is wired for survival and advancement. Even acts that appear selfless often carry a hidden utility for the actor, whether it's social approval, the alleviation of guilt, or the expectation of a future favor. As a Stoic, you must strip away the expectation that the world owes you kindness. When you accept that people are driven by their own needs, you stop being disappointed and start being strategic. You become a realist. If someone offers you help, pause and ask, what is their incentive? If you need something from someone, do not appeal to their mercy, appeal to their self-interest. Show them how helping you helps them. This is how the world actually works. Carl Jung noted that Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. When you judge others for their selfishness, turn that lens inward. Are you not also driven by your own desires? Recognizing this shared nature allows you to navigate relationships without bitterness. You stop trying to change people and start understanding the game they are playing. You can build alliances based on mutual benefit rather than fragile expectations of altruism. This protects you from manipulation and allows you to move through the world with your eyes wide open. Lesson 3. Most people can't handle the truth about themselves. Asterisk. The most terrifying thing for the average person is not death or failure, but the unvarnished truth about who they are. We all construct elaborate narratives to protect our egos. We tell ourselves we are the victim, the misunderstood hero, or the benevolent saint. We build castles of rationalization to hide our laziness, our cowardice, and our malice. The truth is a fire that burns these illusions, and most people will do anything to avoid the heat. Notice what happens when you offer someone honest, constructive criticism. Do they thank you, or do they immediately become defensive, justifying their actions and attacking you in return? This defensiveness is a fortress built to keep reality out. But the Stoic knows that the truth is the only foundation upon which a worthy life can be built. You cannot fix a flaw you refuse to acknowledge. Marcus Aurelius was ruthless in his self-examination. He did not write his meditations to be published. He wrote them to scour his own soul, to root out his arrogance and his temper. He asked how much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy. To be dangerously smart, you must become intolerant of your own excuses. You must invite the truth in, no matter how much it hurts. When someone criticizes you, suppress the instinct to fight back. Listen, is there a grain of truth in their words? If there is, accept it and use it. If not, discard it, but never run from it. By becoming a person who craves the truth about oneself, you separate yourself from the herd. While they remain stagnant, trapped in their comfortable lies, you evolve. You become anti-fragile, growing stronger with every harsh reality you confront. Lesson 4. Success will make some people hate you. Asterisk. As you apply these lessons and begin to ascend, improving your mind, your station, and your discipline, you will notice a disturbing shift in those around you. People you thought were friends may become distant, critical, or subtly undermining. You will confuse this for hatred, but it is something far more complex. Your success acts as a mirror, reflecting their own stagnation. When you rise, you inadvertently highlight the fact that they have stayed in the same place. You become a living testament to what they could have achieved if they had the discipline to try. This breeds resentment. It is easier for them to tear you down, to attribute your success to luck or privilege, than to admit their own lack of effort. Marcus Aurelius faced constant betrayal and criticism, even from those closest to him. Yet, he understood that the quality of his life depended on the quality of his thoughts, not the opinions of the mob. He knew that the negativity of others was a reflection of their own internal turmoil, not a verdict on his character. You must learn to be indifferent to this resentment. Do not apologize for your growth. Do not shrink yourself to make others feel comfortable. If people want to leave your life because you are improving, let them go. Their departure is the cost of your evolution. The Stoic realizes that popularity often comes at the price of integrity. If you are truly living by your values and pursuing excellence, you will inevitably alienate those who are committed to mediocrity, wear their disapproval as a badge of honor. It is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Lesson 5. Everyone is trying to sell you something. Asterisk. We live in a marketplace of influence. Every interaction, from the boardroom to a casual dinner, involves a transaction of ideas, validation, or resources. When you look closely, you realize that everyone is pitching you something. It might be a product, yes, but more often it is a narrative. They are selling you their version of the truth, their need for validation, or their desire for you to serve their agenda. The unobservant person is swept away by these currents, buying into opinions and obligations that do not serve them. They say yes when they mean no. They adopt beliefs because they are trendy, and they spend their time fulfilling the expectations of others. The Stoic, however, stands as a guardian at the gates of their own mind. Epictetus warned us to be vigilant about the impressions we allow into our citadel. When someone presents you with an idea, a complaint, or a request, do not grant it immediate entry. Step back. Ask yourself, what is this person really seeking? What is the hidden cost of this interaction? This is not about becoming paranoid. It is about becoming sovereign. When you understand that everyone has an agenda, conscious or unconscious, you can make informed decisions about where to invest your limited time and energy. You become immune to flattery, which is often just a bribe for your compliance. You become resistant to guilt trips, which are merely emotional leverage. By recognizing that everyone is selling something, you reclaim the power to choose what you buy. You stop living on autopilot and start living by design. Lesson 6. People will show you who they are. Believe them. Asterisk, asterisk. The most dangerous lie we tell ourselves is that potential equals reality. We fall in love with who someone could be, rather than seeing who they actually are. We ignore the red flags, the broken promises, the small cruelties, the consistent unreliability, because we want to believe in their words. But the Stoic knows that words are cheap. Words are merely air vibrating in the throat. Action is the only currency that holds value. A person's character is not defined by their apologies or their intentions. It is defined by their habits. If someone consistently disrespects your time, they are not busy. They are selfish. If someone gossips to you about others, they are gossiping about you to others. This is not an accident. This is their pattern. This is who they are. Marcus Aurelius advised us to stop arguing about what a good man should be and simply be one. In the same vein, we must stop arguing with reality about what others should be. When people show you their character through their actions, believe them the first time. Do not waste years of your life waiting for them to change. This lesson requires a ruthless disconnect from your own wishful thinking. You must look at the evidence of behavior with the cold objectivity of a judge. Once you see the pattern, you have two choices: accept them exactly as they are, or remove them from your life. There is no third option where you change them. By anchoring your judgment in actions rather than words, you protect yourself from the heartbreak of false expectations and surround yourself with people whose integrity is proven, not promised. Lesson 7. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Asterisk. Modern society is an engine designed to maximize comfort. We have temperature-controlled rooms, on-demand entertainment, and food delivered to our doorsteps. We are told that the goal of life is to reach a state where we no longer have to struggle. But the Stoics knew that this perpetual comfort is a slow-acting poison. Seneca said, "I judge you unfortunate because you have never lived through misfortune. You have passed through life without an opponent. No one can ever know what you are capable of, not even you. A gem cannot be polished without friction, and a human being cannot be perfected without trials. When you are comfortable, you are stagnant. Your muscles atrophy, your mind dulls, and your spirit weakens. Growth lives exclusively in the realm of discomfort. It is found in the difficult conversation you are avoiding, the workout that breaks you, the project that terrifies you. The Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort, deliberately choosing the harder path, is essential for building resilience. You must view comfort not as a reward, but as a warning sign. When things feel too easy, you are likely sliding backwards. To be dangerously smart is to seek out resistance. It means waking up and doing the work when you don't feel like it. It means controlling your impulses when it would be easier to give in. It means embracing the struggle, knowing that the obstacle is the way. Do not pray for an easy life. Train for a difficult one. That is the only way to discover the true extent of your power. Lesson 8. You are going to die, and most of your worries are meaningless. Asterisk. Here is the final, ultimate truth. You are dying, not in a metaphorical sense, and not in the distant future. You are dying right now. Every second that passes is a slice of time you will never get back. The sand in your hourglass is running out, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. Most people live in denial of this. They live as if they have infinite time, wasting hours on petty grievances, social media scrolling, and worrying about the opinions of people who will also be dead soon. They postpone their dreams, their happiness, and their integrity for a someday that is not guaranteed. The Stoics use the practice of Memento Mori, remembering death, not to induce depression, but to create intense focus. When you truly grasp the brevity of your existence, the noise of the world fades away. The insult from a stranger? Meaningless. The fear of embarrassment? Irrelevant. The stress over a minor setback? Absurd. In the face of death, only the essential remains. Are you living according to your nature? Are you acting with virtue? Are you present? This realization is the ultimate liberator. It strips away the fear of risk, because the worst-case scenario is the same for everyone. The grave. Stop acting as if you are destined to live forever. Use the awareness of death to sharpen your life. Let it drive you to speak your truth, to pursue your purpose, and to cut out the trivial nonsense that drains your spirit. You have a limited number of days left. Do not waste a single one of them on things that do not matter. These lessons are not easy. They require you to kill the weaker parts of yourself, the parts that crave comfort, validation, and ignorance. But if you can internalize them, if you can live by them, you will possess a mind that is fortress-like and a spirit that is unconquerable. You will see the world not as you wish it to be, but as it is, and in that clarity, you will find true power.